U.S. Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken, with Isaac Herzog in Tel Aviv on Tuesday. With Isaac Herzog, Mr. Blinken's comments at meetings with officials in Tel Aviv on Tuesday. Saudi Arabia. Other countries. Despite destruction in Gaza and a wider regional fear, despite fear of establishing normal diplomatic relations with Israel, made a referring to claim.Arab. Leaders insist that should end Gaza war, work towards Palestinian state. But we should go through this very difficult moment. And since October 7th will never happen again, we should not work to build a very different and much better future. Israeli officials said he killed 1,200 people. Mr. Blinken met with a military base hosting Center Defense and Defense of Ministry Defense. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Israeli war cabin in Kiria. At this meeting, Minister Foreign Affairs prevented emphasizing Israel's repetition terrorist attacks on October 7th and emphasizing protecting civil infrastructure in Gaza. He discussed expanding humanitarian aid to civilians, emitting need to achieve permanent, sustainable peace in region. Before flying to Israel on Monday night, Mr. Blinken told journalists in Al-Ula, the town of desert in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi ruler Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said that he was still a Saudis to try to normalize diplomatic relations with, but there were at least two conditions for this. Blin Blinken said, according the Gaza Ministry of Health, the end of Israel's military attack in Gaza, which killed more than 23,000 Palestinians, and Israel agrees to take practical steps establish a Palestinian state. Since his last diplomatic mission on Friday, Mr. Blinken visited Turkey, Greece, Jordan, Qatar, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. Before the October 7th attacks, Biden administration was trying to organize a long-shoot agreement between the U.S., Saudi Arabia and Israel. Suudi Arabia's U.S.-Saudi Mutual Defense Agreement, U.S. cooperation on the Saudi civil nuclear program and more arms sales from the United States. In return, it will lead to establishing normal relations with Israel. In previous talks, Prince Mohammed said he was not insisting on a concrete path to establish a Palestinian state or one. Considering rise violence containing violence. Mr. Blinken, Hezbollah Lebanon, Houthi warriors Lebanon and Iranian-backed militias Iraq and Syria. He speaks to leaders about how to prevent the expansion of war. Israel